Hi guys, welcome back to my lab and today's video, which is going to be my very first monthly favorites of the year. And I know I'm gonna say exactly what everybody says. Where's the year going? I can't believe it's actually almost February. Before we get into all the goodies that I have to share with you today, if you're new here, I'm Jody. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Hope you're going to enjoy this one, and if so, then hopefully you'll give it a big thumbs up while you're watching and consider subscribing to my channel so that you can catch me for another video if you enjoy very fun, low-key makeup content. Now without any further delay, let's go ahead and get into the video. This month I started focusing a little bit more on enjoying the collection that I have, but there were a few purchases that I made back in December that were still trickling in, and I got to try them out this month. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy brush set. Now this is something that I hauled, I believe, back in December. It's something that I picked up, I believe, around their Black Friday sales when they had it on sale. I believe it was about $20 off or so. And this is a brush set that was curated by a YouTuber. Her name is Angie Hot and Flashy. I love her channel and I love her brush set. She curated a really nice brush set and the entire thing is really nice. I don't believe that they're available as individuals, but even so, any of the BK Beauty brushes are really nice and I've been enjoying them. I have some of the ones with the maroon handles as well, but these have like a slate blue handle. They're more gray. And what I really like about this set is that it includes eye brushes that are blending brushes for smaller eyes. So if you have small hooded eyes like myself, these brushes are going to be amazing. And surprisingly, this one, the number 503, even though it's a bigger blending brush, it is absolutely perfect for diffusing the edges once you have most of your color put down. You also have a packing brush, a concealer brush that you can use to clean out your brows, to get into the inner corner. This does pick up shimmer, but I personally prefer to use my fingertip. You have a concealer brush and a blush brush. I think it's a really great set. I hope that they continue to restock it until basically everyone who wants a set has been able to get them, because I think they're really great sets. Some of you have told me, Carol, don't know how you pronounce your name, but I know you've told me you picked up the set and I know that you're loving them. They're coming really highly recommended and I definitely see why. So I wanted to throw these into the mix. You've probably been seeing me use those brushes in other demos. I didn't use them to create today's eye look because I wanted to show them to you nice and clean. I want to go ahead and share my lip combo next. This is something that I shared on Instagram just about a month ago in the beginning of the month, and it's the lip combination that I'm wearing on my lips today. It is the Perfectionist Lip Pencil by Melt Cosmetics and it's in the shade Sepia. Now, even though I like this formula, it's not my favorite formula of lip liner, but the combination of these two shades I think is really nice, and that's why I'm including this one specifically. And the lip product is by Christian Audette, and this one is in the shade Company Card, which I find so funny. And this is what the shade looks like. It's a really beautiful peachy nude. It's a little bit lighter of a color than I would normally wear, which is why I like it paired with a deeper lip liner. I like the white packaging and I like the magnetic closure. It's something that I've really been enjoying. I picked up 2 more shades in this formula. Haven't gotten around to trying those yet, but Company Card is one that I have on repeat, so I wanted to go ahead and share that one. I also wanted to share a primer with you. This one is by Touch in Sol, and you may have seen it featured on my video about products that TikTok made me buy, and this one specifically is the Pretty Filter Icy Sherbet Primer. It's something I tried out for that video. I had it in my collection for a while, but I hadn't gotten around to trying it, and what I like about this product is it's really interesting. It's a jelly-like consistency, as you can see here, and it has a very gel-like texture as well, and when you apply it, it feels like it's going on very thick, but it's actually cooling. And the reason why I'm enjoying this product so much is because it is so blurring. As I apply it, it truly looks like I am applying Facetune on my face. I can literally see my fine lines disappear as I apply this primer. So it's something that I've actually been enjoying just to apply very quickly before meetings and things like that, just to kind of clean up my appearance a little bit if I don't have time for a lot of makeup. But it also plays well with a lot of different foundations. I am wearing it today, and the foundation that I chose to wear was the Urban Decay Hydrator Foundation. I've tried it with a variety of foundations by now. I think it works really well, and even though it isn't going to be my very favorite primer of all time. It's one that definitely has a place, and a unique place in my collection. It does something that no other primer does in my collection, so I'm really, really impressed. And this is something for which TikTok did not lead me wrong. When I go to the fails, you're gonna see somewhere it did lead me astray. Another product that was a major win from that video was the Dior. This is the Rosy Glow from the Dior Backstage collection, and I have mine in the shade 001 Pink. I have the other shade as well, which is the coral shade, but this is the one that made the lasting impression on me. And like I mentioned in that TikTok video, this is something that must be applied to be appreciated. Swatching it, looking at it in the pan isn't going to do much for you. You have to actually apply it to the cheek, and it's an absolute different experience for everybody. I've been seeing this around YouTube for a very, very long time. I know Desiree from Space Case, she's been sharing this on her channel for a very long time as well as larger YouTubes like Makeup by Cheryl and Babs Beauty. Again, it must be seen to be appreciated. If you want to see it in action, definitely check out that video. I will link it up in the cards if you're interested in checking it out. Today I was trying another blush that I realized has been in my collection for a while, and I hadn't ever applied it to the cheeks, so I couldn't show you how this one looks, but again, if you check out that video, you'll actually see me apply it, as well as the more corally one. But I'm actually really impressed, and even though they're sold out on Sephora, you can get them on the Dior website. Next, I want to move on to share some eyeshadow palettes, and the first one that I wanted to share is by Pat McGrath, and this is the beautiful Pat McGrath Labs and Bridgerton collaboration palette. Here is what the palette looks like, and I just wanted to add this to my favorites because even though the shipping experience from the Pat McGrath website was not my favorite, the palette is unique and it has something special to her collection as well. One thing that I like is that I think that it's a great palette for someone who is new to the brand to try because you have a variety of finishes here. You have a traditional matte, a traditional metallic, but you also have one of her astral shades, a more satin metallic hybrid shade here, but you have these two new formulas which I don't believe are in the Pat McGrath formula before, and I realize now why she was calling these eye blushes. There's these two like satin shades. They are so beautiful. They apply as a beautiful matte would, but they have a beautiful satin glow to them. I really love those shades, and I love the special shades as well. The astral is beautiful, and this metallic shade is actually one of the prettiest in the palette as well. There's no duds in here. Usually there's like one shade I don't like that much or one that's not that impactful, but even my least favorite shade, which is probably the champagne right here, it serves a purpose because it's a great brow bone highlight, great inner corner highlight. If you want something a little bit softer, you can definitely apply that over the lid. I think that there's a lot here. It was a palette that was created really, really interestingly, and I feel that it's not just her typical pinks. I mentioned in my try-on video that, you know, it's a different type of pink. It's a little bit bolder, but not over the top either. I just feel it's different than the color story you might find in Divine Rose, which is a little bit more muted. This one is definitely pink, but it's soft. I feel like everybody would enjoy this so long as you enjoy colors in the pink family. I know people sometimes are concerned that pinks might make their eyes look sick, so that's always something to consider, but I'm really impressed, and I'm really glad that the collection came to Sephora. At least the blush palette and the eyeshadow palette did. If you were thinking about this one, I would definitely grab it while it's available. It's a really nice one. The next palette that I wanted to share with you is the palette that I have on my eyes today, and this is one that I recently shared a video on, and this is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. I was so shocked by this formula, and I've wanted to continue playing with it. I just absolutely love this color story. I mentioned in my video when I was using this palette along with the Pimby Paint Me Chrome palette that this is not just a rainbow palette. Like, yes, it looks like a rainbow palette, but it's not just a rainbow palette. I feel like in the columns you have very beautiful gradients, so it allows you to create a very beautiful colorful look without working too hard. If you stick to the columns, you'll get a beautiful monochromatic look. You can also be more creative and mix and match the shades as you will. Today I'm wearing this green, these three green shades on my eyes for the mattes. I'm wearing this peachy shade on the inner corner, and on my lid I have these two shades. They are Flash and Zip It Up. These shades are beautiful. The mattes blend so amazingly well, and what I mentioned about these lighter shades up here is still holding true. No matter the shade that you're working with, it doesn't pull ashy on the skin, at least not on my skin tone. You can see the colors just as they appear on the palette, and they blend so nicely. They're beautiful pastel shades. I don't know how they did it with this matte formula. The only ones I have to admit I haven't applied to my eyes are these fluorescents, because these are going to be for more special occasions, and I haven't really had any of those. I've played with the metallics. Now I did apply them on my eyes, and they remind me a lot of the Beauty Bay formula, that they are not putty-like, but they're a little bit softer, right? They're a little bit softer, and when you press in there, you almost feel like it's like a little bit wet. Just a little bit. It's hard to explain, but in my opinion, they apply best with your fingertip. I love working with my fingertips when applying shimmers, but you can get them to pick up on a brush as well. You just kind of like wiggle your brush back and forth so that you can pick up some of the products, but this is absolutely beautiful. I know that this is a bolder color story, so maybe this color story isn't specifically for you, but this definitely called out to me, and I knew that this is where I wanted to start. The only problem is that now I want their neutral palette as well. Their neutral palette is called the Dollhouse palette, and there's a lot of videos floating around about it right now since it recently launched. I just think the price point for the amount of product that you're getting and the quality that you're getting is fantastic. I don't really care that there's not a mirror inside the palette, because I usually use a tabletop mirror to do my makeup, and I'm wanting that Dollhouse palette for, you know, more work appropriate looks and office appropriate looks. Not that I couldn't achieve them with the shades that are here, but when I start looking at all of these beautiful bright colors, I just want to do something like what's on my eyes right now. It's just a given. The Dollhouse palette looks like beautiful mauve pinks and cool tone neutrals. Oh my gosh. Something tells me I'm going to eventually own that palette. Now something a little bit simpler to use, a 1, 2, and done eyeshadow. These are the Auric Smoke Reflex. The one that I've been particularly using quite a bit is in the shade Defiance, and this is an eyeshadow duo essentially. So you have a cream eyeshadow in a pot. These are very similar to the Tom Ford eyeshadows, and at the top you have a metallic shade, more of a shimmer shade, and it's more of a topper shade, so there's not a lot of base color to it. And what you do is you apply the cream, you blend it out, and then you tap the topper on top of it, and it looks like a complete, very sophisticated and refined eye look that is appropriate for work or evening, because you can pack on the shimmer and get a little bit more of an impactful look. You can also just use the cream eyeshadow as well, and it sets and it doesn't crease. It's really, really a beautiful product. I believe that Auric was just celebrating their 1st anniversary, and I can't wait to see what other products they come out with. I've been loving absolutely all of them, but I wanted to mention the Smoke Reflex since it's something that I've been heavily relying on for work. It's easy, 1, 2, and you're absolutely done. So before I get into my fails, which I have 2 fails, I wanted to share some more lifestyle, maybe more personal care products. The first one is this by Moroccan Oil. This is the Moroccan Oil Body, and it is the Night Body Serum. It's supposed to firm and smooth. I've gained quite a bit of weight while we've been in quarantine, so to speak, and I haven't noticed any firming, but smoothing I definitely feel. So this is something that I apply after the shower at night, and usually you have to use quite a bit, but it spreads nicely. So I'll usually take about 4 pumps to do my entire body, and I really feel that it really smooths your skin. It feels kind of like Frizzies, if you remember, or any kind of frizz, anti-frizz serum for your hair. It has that same texture, like BioSilk, those types of products. When you apply it, that's what it feels like. But after it sets, your skin feels very smooth, very soft. I discovered this product because it was my birthday gift choice from Sephora last year. There was a tiny little vial that was there, and I was rationing it, and when the VIB sale came, I noticed that this was in stock, and I went ahead and I grabbed it, and I haven't been one bit sorry. It doesn't last very long. It's quite pricey. You get 3.4 fluid ounces, fragrances. But I love this. I don't know what magic is in here, but I absolutely love it. I don't think that the smell is really there. I know people associate a specific scent with Moroccan oil products. It doesn't smell bad, but I don't think that it's anything overpowering. I don't like it for the fragrance. I like it for the texture and the way it makes my skin feel, especially my legs after shaving. I just think I need to know, what kind of magic is this? And do you know of a dupe? Because this is really expensive and always sold out. The next thing I wanted to share with you are these new nail polishes that I've been using. This little bag is something that came with my Anissa beauty brushes. I shared those brushes in a haul, which I'll link up in the cards if you want to see it. But they came inside this little makeup pouch, and I've been using it to store these nail polishes. So these are the Essie Gel Couture nail polishes. I've always loved Essie nail polish because I really like the brush, and I feel that they have a really nice formula that applies nicely, but I think the magic is in the brush really. So today, if you can see my nails, the lighter shade is this one here. It's 418 in my element. And then on my ring finger, the darker shade, I have number 381, which is called Tailored by Twilight. So these are the two that I'm wearing today. In my most recent video, prior to this one, I had this polish on. This is a number 252 Fab Florals, and it's like a terracotta shade. So the whole idea with these polishes is that it's a two-step process. You basically apply 2 coats of the nail polish, and then you go over it with the top coat. And it's just 00 top coat, and this is like a fast drying top coat. Now the reason why I'm sharing this in a favorites is because first I have been doing my manicures at home since we've been, with the stay-at-home thing, and I've actually found that I enjoy it. I enjoy changing my nail color more frequently, but I also can't sit there for hours and let my nail polish dry, so I enjoy more quick drying formulas, and these are. And what I really like about this top coat is if you've polished your nails and used those fast drying top coats like the Seiche Beat or even the one by Essie, sometimes when you apply it, it kind of shrinks your nail polish and you see the tip of your nail exposed. This doesn't do that for some reason. I don't know if like the formulas are perfectly paired, but you don't get that shrinkage, and I really, really like that. Now because it's Essie, they do have some really nice colors, so I have a couple more to share with you. My first one was this pink one, number 50 Stitch by Stitch, but they also have some more unique colors. This is one of my most recent ones. It's like almost like a slate blue or a periwinkle shade. This one is called Once Upon a Time. I've been buying them at Ulta Beauty, and like I said, I started with one and here we are. I think they're really good quality, and because it's Essie, they do have some of those more creative colors. They don't carry as expensive a line as in their regular Essie line, but they do have some really nice colors, so I definitely suggest you check it out if you like to do your nails at home as well. On to my fails. I've got 2 fails to share with you today, and the first is going to be a foundation. So this is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. It's got niacinamide, squalane, hyaluronic acid. You do get a full fluid ounce of foundation. You're supposed to shake it before use, and it's just a really light skin tint with SPF. So the issue that I'm having with this product, I have it in the shade ST9 Paloma. I don't know what made me select this shade, but I'm usually very cautious about how I select my shades online, and I just feel that this shade is just way too light for me. Also, I don't like the way that it sits on the skin in general. I don't know if it's the SPF that has a little bit of flashback. It is zinc oxide, so it could be, but I just don't like the way that it sits on my skin. I also find that it has a weird odor to it. I don't know if maybe it has turned or something like that, but I just think it smells bad, and I was really disappointed with this because I love the Ilia Serum foundation. I think that one is so beautiful. It's one of my top 5 foundations for sure, and this one was just a big letdown for me. I don't see myself using this anymore. I bought it some time ago and I used it once and I wasn't sold, and then right now I'm trying to kind of use my makeup collection a little bit more. I've been doing like a monthly rotation, which I'll do a monthly report of all the products I've been using this month, and this was something that I rotated in just because I knew I needed to kind of finalize my thoughts, and my thoughts are no good. It's gotta go. Stay tuned for those update videos. I plan to do 2 of them, one to go over all the palettes that I've been using this month, and the other to go over the rest of the products. So complexion products, lip products, all of those other things. So I'll just give you like a monthly roundup of everything I've been using with swatches and things like that. This video is just specifically the very best and the very worst. So my next fail was these iconic London eyeshadows, and I shared these in that Makeup TikTok Made Me Buy video. These are the iconic London glazed crayons, and it's not that these are a bad product, they're not. It's just that I needed to adjust my expectations. What I was seeing on YouTube for this was like over the top shimmer, very bright, very glittery, very beautiful. No, this is a very subtle product, very subtle. I also feel that the crayon side is not that easy to blend because it's a little bit more of a dry formula. With the Auric, you have playtime. When you apply it, you have time to blend, diffuse the edges, get it right where you want it, and then it sets. This one is almost set immediately, so it's a little harder to blend out the edges, and when I was playing with it, I decided to apply the crayon and then blend out the edges with my bronzer or another eyeshadow, but then it kind of takes away the 1-2 done kind of aspect of this product. So even though I think the product is good, my expectations were just disproportionately high because of what I was seeing on TikTok, and at this point, if I knew then what I know now, I would not have paid $30 a piece for these eyeshadows. I think that they're okay for work and for more subtle looks. They're pretty, but they are not what I was seeing online. That's everything for my January hits and misses. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the products that I featured here today and what were your January hits and misses. I am always on the lookout for new products to try or pulling them out of my collection if they've been sitting there neglected. So here's hoping that January was a very good start to your year and that February gets only better. That's going to be everything from me today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if so, please don't forget that thumbs up for me and consider subscribing to my channel, as I would love to see you in a future video. Thank you again for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon on my next one. Bye-bye.